All right, family. We live once again with the general. You already know what time it is. Ain't number five. Come in here, man, with your Timberlands on. Don't come with your house shoes. Don't come crying in my chat. Don't do that. We want you to come in with strong responses. We don't want you to be reactionary. We want you to respond with solid information that the community can use. And that's what we're here for today. Black people will go against America, even to their own demise. Okay, even to their own demise. What am I saying here? Because I'm gonna show you how emotional. Because you're gonna hear totally what I'm not saying. Okay, to their own demise. Black people will go. Some black people, some ain't. Everybody ain't dumb. They know what it means. Okay, understanding. They'll root for the downfall of the United States without having a plan of their own for their people to be successful, to survive the sinking ship. They root for which in essence is suicidal. You see, it's one thing if you sailing off, you know how the boat go down and I was seeing people on the Titanic. They was rolling them little boats. Them little rescue boats on the side of the time. They was on one, they was away. That's another situation. But when you on the damn boat and you being in a position of leadership and you ain't got nobody off the boat. Wait a minute. Listen to me when I tell you this. You ain't got nobody off the boat. You ain't even got yourself off the boat. You see? And see, this is what I'm telling you. I want y'all to tell my family out there. I want you to hear the general. Because I hear niggas and I see, and all of that is they crying out. Because it's true. Yeah, all the responses, they crying out. Because it's true. You see? They, you know what I'm saying? That they spirits is hurt when I say these things. Because it's true. You see? And so, to their own demise as if they somewhere else. You ain't where are you? You located here. But what I want you to do, I want you to see the coming storm that Marcus Garvey saw, that Malcolm X saw, that Dr. Ben saw, that Dr. John Henry Clark saw, that Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad saw. You see, they all saw the storm clouds and they warned our people. You see, in the time when they was here, you know what the people did? Nothing. Consistently. Some did something, but it wasn't it wasn't enough. Because everybody is fleeing, because ultimately it is the love of the master that's in your heart. It's the love. It's the love. You see, a lot of y'all pray for the downfall, because if you had a plan and you was winning, that'd be his damn downfall. You see, if you had a plan, listen to me when I tell you this, if you had a plan and you was winning, that would be his downfall. But you don't got no plan. And so since you ain't got enough nuts to pull yourself up and stand up like a man and take control of your community, you can. So, that's my way. You see, I don't pray for nobody to send no missile over here and bomb my babies, bomb my people, bomb the brothers and sisters. I don't do that. You see, because I could use my mind. All this information that our family then gave us to take control of, and we can bring this to by just doing what we need to do on the inside. You see, that's what if we could do that ourselves without a bomb ever being dropped, without putting the family in any type of destructive, you understand, predicaments. But this is what these people do. And that's a defeated nigga. That's a defeated nigga. That brain that would pray for something like that to happen to this and he ain't did nothing as far as implementing the plan that all the great leaders and teachers that then laid down ain't implementing nothing. You understand what I'm saying? To help the people uplift themselves so they could be and take over. This is theirs if they can do it. And I believe they could do it. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't seen history. I didn't seen vagabonds come from further than where we was. That we're where we at right now and take over. I didn't seen vagabonds. We talking about serfs and slaves that came from the further than where we at right now. And I ain't saying we in, but we further than where we at. End up taking over. You see, because they had it in their heart and mind, they wasn't going to stop until they was at the top. Even if it mean that they had to seize it by any means necessary. These Negroes ain't got no heart. You see, they ain't got no heart. I don't care no matter what, people's, what road I come down. I always come back because I know you understand what I'm saying, that, a lot of these niggas that did the pale man that punked these niggas. You see what I'm saying? And they, in essence, they think they being a soldier by crying for a demise. Okay, cry for a demise. You crying, you hoping another motherfucker do it. You see what I'm saying? You a nigga hiding behind the corner, hoping somebody else do it. Because you're not man enough to stand up and do it. And you in the house, you know more about him than anybody. You know more about him than anybody. Got all the ingenuity, more ingenuity than anybody. But yet, you understand, you can't do it. And so anytime you see somebody that's willing to stand up against him, even to their own demise, because some of them got, they not strategic enough to, they ain't got the mind we got. We got the mind. We don't really need the bombs. We don't, it ain't nothing wrong with it, but I'm saying we don't even need it. We got the minds to do it. You understand? It'd be something if we put 100% of our minds into the plan, and then, the man try to, play a military card, and then that means we just got to go all the way. Then that means we got to go all the way. But some of y'all out there, y'all ain't got no heart. You come in here crying, you pray for his downfall because you ain't man enough to do it. That's it, and that's a punk. That's what, because why is you a punk? Because you ain't got no plan for your family. You ain't got no plan when this demise coming. See, I'm man enough to say this. Because I see when all of these natural disasters happen, and I look at Katrina, look at Katrina. That's another example, man, of our people being in such a fucked up predicament, so much death. All our babies, our women, and our family out there floating in the water. Look how long it took them to come down. It was so much death. You see what I'm saying? Of our people in such disaster. Nobody's coming for you. You say you got a better chance of getting it, and that's because you're a punk. That's because you're a punk, because you have not mobilized and as a community yet. You keep talking about, I don't want to hear no nigga talking about the police killed the nigga. Nigga, police been killing niggas since we been here. What have you done about it? Besides document the fact, nigga. Now, y'all got me on the old setting. See, I got to get, you know what I'm saying? I tried to, but y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm like a Bruce Banner trying not to turn into the honk. I've been like Bruce Banner trying not to turn into the honk. And then when I come back to, I like being a honk. I like being a honk. You know what I'm saying? What have you done besides document the fact, nigga? That's all you ever did. You a chit chat nigga. That's all you is. You're a chit chat nigga. You can document it in the chit chat. Ain't gonna do nothing besides that. You see what I'm saying? So you will say something so silly, you see what I'm saying? But it could be a reality real soon. Okay, so goddamn it, Katrina was the damn bomb, nigga. And we stealed you. What was you able to do, and what was we able to do as a people for our own people during Katrina? We supposed to have been able to come down here, mobilize as a black nation all across the United States. It should have been trucks rolling in from every goddamn city in the United States of America. You understand? When we mobilized and we came straight to damn New Orleans, trucks from all over the United States, water, clothes, food, medicine, and everything piled down here. Do you see what I'm saying? Boats and shit. Every damn nigga with a boat should have been down here. You understand what I'm saying? We need you. We on the way. Every boat in the United States where a black man got a boat, we on our way. You understand? We mobilizing for our people. Because niggas don't mobilize, they dream and they pray somebody else beat the enemy they supposed to beat. That's a punk. That's a punk. That's a punk, nigga. That's punk conversation y'all putting out. Don't put no more punk conversation in my chat. I'm sick of you. You most nigga the boat. Yeah, nigga, because you ain't If you have mobilized a long time ago, you understand what I'm saying? Through strategy and community unity, he'd have came up off of that by now. But because you didn't stay divided, killing each other and jumping on your own family and poisoning your own community, and then you crying about a nigga popping you, and you down here selling dope and poison to your own people, jumping on your own woman, jumping on your children out here raising themselves. You understand? Family, no security or nothing. And then you worried about that the man pop you. Nigga, that's your frequency coming back on you, nigga. That's what's happening. That's your frequency. And you're bringing it on the whole community. Yeah, you're bringing it on your own community. You understand? That's what it is. So we got to stop this to where we will go. Because listen, people, when I speak of America, I'm only speaking of my Black America. But I understand, because we have not made any plans whatsoever that we are connected to the other branches of America, whether we want to be or not. So if anything happened and somebody come here, I'm almost, honestly, you'll never get another answer, because I see our children, I see the Black community. I don't see nothing else, because I know they got their shit. See, they smart. All you had to do is go on YouTube and you watch how they just got channels where they just shooting all type of guns. Man, listen here, they got every gun that ever been invented, and they got videos where they just shooting off unlimited amount of ammo. Just go on there. So why would I'm not concerned about that, because they got enough sense to do that. When you go on there, they prepping. You understand what I'm saying? They prepping. They show you all the shit they got down in the bunker. They show you all the food, everything. They show you everything you need to have. Niggas trying to survive on top of the ground. These motherfuckers got all type of bunkers under the ground, storage facilities, all stockpiling all type of food, all type of water, all type of liquor, all type of medicine. Everything that they would need, they got there. They got whole channels. So I'm not talking about them, because they smart, whether it happened or not, and it does happen. That's the reality, is that people always want to say, if it happened, until it happened. You see what I'm saying? They're just like not long ago, right outside of Detroit, they had a goddamn tornado. Tornadoes wasn't hitting up in Michigan like that. Motherfucking tornado came. I remember when it hit Detroit, and this was the hardest tornado. People hadn't even seen a tornado in Detroit. Had never seen it. My auntie, my grandmama's oldest sister, she was she was in damn near 90 years old. And when she was alive when it happened, and she said she had been here all her life and she had never seen a tornado. And when the first tornado showed up, they say it was like 20 small tornadoes, tore Detroit up. I mean, like, whole blocks, even whole blocks, whole parks, from east to west, north to south, even out in the suburbs, man. It just went through the whole metropolitan area, tore that shit up. You see what I'm saying? You don't never, but that's the weak nigga. He ain't gonna never plan for nothing like that to happen until it happened, and then and ain't nobody coming to his aid. You don't goddamn, you always ahead of the game. You understand what I'm saying? Motherfucker put a 9 in his game. He don't intend to shoot nobody. You might never shoot nobody. But I'm glad it's on the shelf. Keep it on the shelf. You got the clip in, you keep shit like that. Just you don't hope you gonna get sick, but you keep some medicine just in case. You know what I'm saying? At least for if you even if you don't feel that way for yourself, at least keep something up there for your children and your family in case they get sick or something. You understand that you got something that you could give them to relieve the pain. You ain't got nothing, but you hoping on the demise of the very soil you own and ain't got no plan to get off of, ain't got no plan to do good on this. You ain't got no plan. You understand what I'm saying? That's irresponsible to bring that type of destruction on yourself like that. Only a suicidal nigga would say something like that. I just got to say that. Y'all done brought me back to the old me. Y'all done brought me back to the old me. You feel me? I love the old setting. You see what I'm saying? I love it. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get to the bottom of this. I ain't got no time to play with you. Let's get to the bottom of this. And so when we come here, you understand, we thinking about the conditions of our people. We thinking about the conditions of our people. Could our people, the baby, the women, and the elder, could they take something like that? Even when you think about the major natural disasters, you understand what I'm saying? Could they take something like that? Think about them first, nigga. Put the blunt down, nigga. Put the 40 down. You understand what I'm saying? Put down the Hennessy and the Cavassier, nigga. Put down the yak, nigga. Get the ecstasy out your blood. Some of you niggas fentanyl and Oxycontin pills and shit and all of that. You niggas are, you on here and making dope fiend decisions, nigga, for the people. You on here making dope fiend decisions for the people. So when we say this thing, when the generals say this, I say, let's strategize. Matter of fact, before we let me get out of here. Let me get right here so I can say something good for your family. So you brothers out here can hear something good from the general. You understand? As we talk about, I'm gonna run these down to you. Yeah. When we talk about war, let's talk about appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. You see, you got to do that. You ain't got to always run out there with your chest out, nigga. Play weak. You understand what I'm saying? Let the fly come to the web. And then deal with it. You understand? And a lot of times, and appear strong when you're weak. That scare a lot of people. You understand what I'm saying? That's, just being strong, not just putting your chest out there, but walking straight up. You understand? Walking straight up, being, looking like you got a manly appearance. A lot of y'all be, feminine a lot of time. You whine too much. A nigga know he a crack here. You know what I'm saying? You whine too much. I hate to see a man whine. Every comment is a whine. Every comment is a whine. Just whine all the way through the comments. The supreme art, listen to me so you understand this. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Did you hear what I said? I'm going to say that to you. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting, with the mind. You got a mind, black man. You can outsmart these other men on the planet. If you wanted to, you don't want to. You too busy high. You too busy destroying your mind, your brain cells, destroying your melanin and all your divinity. You see what I'm saying? You have to know the enemy, know yourself. Know your enemy, know yourself. So when I come on here and I give y'all information about America, I know the enemy, I know myself. I know his capable. I don't make shit up. I don't bring in emotional spiritual mantras and shit. and say, oh, man, that motherfucker, I'm telling you, this motherfucker got 1,000 planes. Know the enemy, know yourself. When you know yourself, you say, okay, well, he got the plane. I ain't got the plane. I ain't got shit to shoot out of the plane. So if I get into it with how I'm going to deal with that, I want to know ahead of time. I'm more likely I can't do shit with it. So I'm going to have to find another way to do that. Because you know why? Because you start the shit and you ain't got nothing to deal with it. That shit gonna be raining down on your head, not just your head, your baby head, your woman head, your mama head, your sister head, your elderly head. It's gonna be raining down. So if you know that man got that shit, say he got it, know he got it, and know you ain't got shit to deal with it, and say, I gotta find another way. I gotta find another way to do that because I'm gonna bring death and destruction on my family. And is this the best I can do? Is this the best? Okay. You need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory you gain, you also suffer a defeat. You don't know your enemy. You want to lie about the enemy. You want to lie about him. You want to, it's the end. Well, okay, it's the end, but it look like he bombing the shit out of him to me. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. And that seemed to be niggas right there. That's why we ain't never had no victory. Why every nigga and I love all my heroes, why all our heroes is a nigga that almost made it. I mean, I want to talk about that, man. And I love them. And I said, I want to root for them, and I want to root for some that made it, that got the victory. Where our Toussaint overture? You understand what I'm saying? Where's our victory on this motherfucker? Where's the soldiers and the brothers that went all the way? Yeah, we had some that went half the way, that struck some major blows and shit, but ultimately succumbed. You see, where's our? Because you know what? They didn't. You can, if you don't know the enemy, meaning what they have to bring to your ass, and you don't have, the defense to propel that. If you don't know yourself and you just, and you don't know the enemy, you're going to succumb in every battle. And that sound like this comments that you niggas is putting in there. You succumb. You can talk good. You niggas can rap good. You can sing. You can rap. You can write poetry. You can write mantras. You can write all type of comments. The only thing you can't do is beat these niggas, these other men in battle. That's what you cannot do. That's what you cannot do, nigga. Beat other men in battle. Can I say it for you? Can I say it for you? Should I say it for you? I'm going to say it for you since nobody else will say it for you. You see? You understand? You can't do that. You know why? Because you weak. You want to come to this goddamn internet with your house shoes on. I don't come. Thank you, family. I wouldn't even see you up there. I appreciate you, good brother. Hold on. Let me get back. Okay, let's get back to this. Listen to this. All warfare is based on deception. Let me do a couple more. All warfare is based on deception. Hence, when you are able to attack, you must seem unable. When using our forces, we must appear inactive. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe we are far. When far away, we must make them believe we are near. Okay? So warfare is based on deception. Y'all niggas come up here and tell all y'all business. Y'all come up here and tell all y'all business. Y'all tell how they gonna be picking you niggas off one by one. Either y'all, they gonna be picking y'all niggas off one by one. You see, supreme excellence consists of breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Demise. Demise, you don't bring that type of, y'all talking about the nigga winning. He winning to who? You? Somebody that's irresponsible with their own community, who have been irresponsible with their own community, looking at how many of their children are out here dying in the street, niggas sitting up on the internet, smoking blunt, drinking Hennessy and whiskey and liquor, cognac, while the young brothers out in the street destroying themselves, destroying our sisters, and niggas sit back on the internet, don't do nothing. Yeah, we gonna take some information from y'all. Oh no, I put information up here for my people to strategize from a militaristic standpoint. Strategy. Don't do this. Don't be like these niggas that's been consistently beaten every day, beaten raggedy, to where he come up and hope another man beat his enemy. The one he supposed to beat, the one been kicking in his ass every day, and he pray another nigga whooping because he's scared to do it. See, I understand what I'm saying. I can't respect nobody like that. That's all these comments that I'm getting in here from y'all. That's all I'm getting. That's all I'm getting. You know, weak Negro comments, house coat wearing comments. Okay? Let's talk about this now. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. Where you could beat a man to where he said, I can't beat him. I can't beat him. I wouldn't even go over there and mess with them. You see what I'm saying? They too strong for me. You see, they too strong for me mentally. You see, so there's no instance. Listen to this. This is another thing. There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. That's what's wrong with us. There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare. The people gonna become sick of this shit. The soldiers gonna become sick of it. And because we have prolonged, we ain't even in no war no more. We beat. So you hearing comments from niggas that been beat for 400 years. House coat niggas. Negro comments. There is no instance. That means if you're gonna get it on, get it on. But there's no instance of a nation benefit on both sides from prolong. You gonna prolong the war. You see what I'm saying? Year after year, month after, and there's no instance of no nation. So who the winner? Who the winner? It ain't gonna be no damn winner. You talking about they beat you, how in the hell in they whole, and y'all don't think about that. Just show me irresponsibility, because these are two tyrant imperialist regimes fighting one another that neither one of them give a damn about the populace. And so people just saying how they didn't beat our United States, and the people over there gonna be without water, without food, and so the regime may stay in power. So people look at the regime and say, because some of the regime is still in power, and they say, oh, Iran is victorious, though the people that's in the damn street being bombed and they ain't got no water, ain't got no food, ain't got all this, that, and y'all look at the regime come on TV and say, we're still here, and people say, oh, how they won, but the people in the goddamn street, and people root for that because they have been irresponsible for 400 years for doing anything for their own goddamn people. I wouldn't give a damn what you niggas talking about. You see? That's right. That's right. I love it. I know I'm hurting hearts out there. But anyway, family, appreciate y'all. Take it or leave it. Yeah. Take it or leave it. Yeah, take it or leave it. We appreciate y'all out there that come in. Yeah. Where your FBA? Where yours at, proud FBA? I got videos up there talking about farm, nigga. You ain't talked about no farm, nigga. That's why I put it up there to let you know, nigga. I've been talking. I got videos up there over 10 years ago talking about how America, and it's on my just go to my page and you can go up there and see. I done did 5, 6 over 10 years, 1 8 years, 1 7 years. You just got up here, nigga. Pay attention, nigga. You in class, nigga. You supposed to have your pencil and your pen, nigga, sitting at the chair, nigga, getting the information. You ain't talking about nothing. That didn't already been taught. Good, yeah, that's all that been talked about, bruh. Okay, you talking about where the Pan-African farm, where the motherfucker don't worry about. See, that's what's wrong with you, nigga. That's what's wrong with you. Again, you been beat in the mind. You so quick to say, what the fuck, dude? Who gives a fuck? Where is, we talking about, it's over 400 million people. You talking about a small segment. You can't even get up out there. I'm asking questions, nigga, that matter. You asking a question that do not matter. Because, goddammit, the Pan-African community is a small community within 40 million. It ain't supposed to be no one community growing. That was something all our family did, nigga. What is you talking about? I remember every damn family had a damn something growing, nigga. You talking about a few segments of the damn community. You can't get out of that Pan-African, nigga. You stuck. You stuck, nigga. You stuck. You stuck. You stuck, nigga. Everything Pan-African, nigga. Every black family supposed to have something growing, nigga. What is you talking about? They took, at the turn of the century, nigga, we had damn near 19 million acres of land in this goddamn country. Nigga, now we down to like 2 million acres of damn land. And you talking about a small segment as if it's supposed to be about the family. That's a defeated comment, man. I'm going to just tell you, but I'm about it here, man. Y'all wake up. Y'all wake up. Y'all wake up. Y'all looking for a boogeyman to blame the lack of masculinity and controlling your own community. Y'all niggas out there looking for a boogeyman to blame this shit on, man. Tighten your goddamn Timberlands up. Pull your pants up, nigga. Do some push-ups. Get your chest together. Get you some strategy together. Build with your brother. Unify in the community. Unify with your brother. You understand? Quit fighting your family. Quit fighting your family. Come together in unity. Strategize, because you can beat this beast with your mind. That's all you need. You didn't always had the potential has always been there. But you know what I'm saying? We still stuck on looking for a boogeyman to blame our failures on when it's always been us. Look in the mirror, nigga. Anytime you get ready to say, well, why this man? And I want to know, what you got that's even greater than anything another nigga you trying to blame it on. What do you have, my nigga? What do you have? All right, family, I'll see y'all in a minute. This General Seti, get over to my Patreon. Y'all know I'm always putting that work in, trying to wake up the family in the best way I know how. Use your mind, don't you understand? Strategize, and I'll see you at the finish line. This General Seti saying Black Power.